unnecessarily complicated? Stay tuned and see how we built it. Hi guys, hope you're all well. Welcome back to the barn. So this is part 2 of my foldable multifunctional workbench router table build. In the last video I made the storage unit for my sustainers and also the housing for the router when the bench is in its folded down position. And today I'm going to try and make the superstructure for that fold down mechanism. To start with, I need to make 2 ladder frames, one 600mm wide, which is the width of the fold down section, and the other one wider than this 300mm unit to allow for some swinging legs to support the table when it's in its upright position. Now to fix everything together, I'm just going to fix it together loose, and I'm going to do it with my domino. Sorry. Right, let's get cracking. We've got a top frame and our inch frame. So when that's in its open position with the router sat in this space here, obviously I need to support it. This is why I've left this big overhang. If I make a pair of gallows brackets, I can put a piece of wood on the bottom there to take the bottom of a spindle, and then have a gallows bracket with the aim that when I roll it inwards, I can still get the boxes out and I can support this top. Now the question is, do I have my gallows brackets mounted here or do I have them mounted here? And when they open up fully, when they're swiveled back closed like that. Obviously you can't get these out, but the top will be down. So to get these out, this will be up and these will be out. So that's just a sacrifice of having a small workshop. But I don't get these out often enough for that to bother me. Probably need these to extend past the body of the router, because that's where the weight is. I could actually make 2 pair. I could mount one there, one there. I've got the width here to fold them against each other. So I could have mounted there, swing that way, sweet chariot, and then in, and down. I might do that. By the time it takes me to make a pair of these gallows brackets, I can just make 2 pair quite as easy. Right, that's tomorrow's job then, making 2 pair of gallows brackets. Morning guys. Oh dear, so it's ridiculously early on a Saturday morning. I've just come in here to glue the 3rd of the 4 gallows brackets up that I made yesterday afternoon. So last night, once I'd made these, I spent half an hour maybe just leaning on the bench here and just pondering what I'd made, and probably made it unnecessarily complicated. So as I said in my last video, always going to be a little bit work in progress, a little bit of experimental. So there were a couple of things I found out yesterday that in hindsight, if I was starting again, knowing what I know now, I'd do slightly differently. The melamine here is 18mm. These are 21mm. In essence, I'd have probably put these through the planer and take them down to 18mm. So when there was fully open, it was the same thickness as the unit. I'm going to have to mount these slightly asymmetrically against this front frame so I can still slide these sustainers in and out. If I'd have made them same thickness, what I could have done is actually just mounted an hinge to the side to hinge them open and close, which will be a little bit easier than what I'm actually going to do. I think what I'm going to do is going to look better than hinges just screwed to the side. Or if I'd have made these openings slightly wider for the sustainers, again I could have put an hinge on. The problem is if I put an hinge on the way I've got them now, they either the thickness, the over thickness, that 3mm each side, will stop me getting the sustainers out, or the knuckle of the hinge will stop me getting the sustainers out. The other issue I'm going to have is when I hinge this top later today, the knuckles are going to sit underneath this worktop. So when I open these, they're going to clash at some point with the knuckle. Now I'm not quite sure where they are, but if I can space the hinges so, I'm going to have to take a little notch out of the top of these just to stop that clash with the knuckle of the hinge. I'll try and space the hinges out in a way that it leaves the minimum stock removal, but I'm still going to have that issue. People. That. Is that unnecessarily complicated? I'm really pleased with that. It's probably taken me 2 hours, I guess, to do that, but I'm so happy with it. It looks quite cool as well. Right, I think I deserve a cup of tea. Well, I'm really happy with that. It's actually turned out better than I thought if we could possibly do that. So the table goes up, I can get my hand under just to take that out. This side is slightly more difficult because the saw's in the way, but that won't be the case for very much longer. It feels sturdy. Just got some little pieces of triangulation to put in there just to give these two central ones a little bit more bearing. There is still some nosings to go all the way around, and I'll do that in the next video. In terms of bobbing down and getting my sustainers, it's doable, but for something that I don't use very often, then that's absolutely fine. There's nothing in these sustainers that I use on a daily basis. Everything I use on a daily basis is in these ones. So I'm going to call this video here. In the next video, we'll put the tops on, put the router table in and drill some of the dog holes, and then put the nosings on around the sides. Now, one of the reasons I'm not going to carry on doing that in this video is, first of all, I think this video is probably long enough now. But secondly, my friends at Banggood have donated some tools for this top that's not quite arrived yet. I was hoping they were going to come today, but they'll, and to say today's Saturday now, I'll have to wait till at least Monday, so they'll be in next week's video. Thank you for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see the rest of this build and the rest of the workshop transformation, then consider subscribing. And until next week, see you soon, guys. Bye.